Welcome, welcome, welcome everyone to part 2 of Mavora Lakes. Here we go, guys.
Hi guys, how are you? We're just up here at Mavora Lakes. This is the other side of the swing bridge. We're just going to cruise back over the other side, eh? Cheers, guys. Those birds just then, amazing. Cool. Just as we got here, a little robin flew out and went under the car, but I was too slow to get the camera out, damn it. Because that would have been cool on camera. It's 2 spots I've been lately with swing bridges and they've both had little robins there. So amazing. So we'll just pan around here. We've got the hills in the background with snow on them up there, look. Absolutely amazing. And the beautifulness of this lake. This is where the lake, end of the lake is, the head of the lake, or foot of the lake, I guess. It just turns into a river that goes down towards the other lake. I think there's 2 lakes joined together with this river here. Yeah. Well, he's getting warm in the car and I think I need to do the same. I'm getting a bit cold. So, absolutely amazing that way, guys. So we'll have a look, go up the road a bit, we'll have a look around, see if it's going to snow. I'm going to make a coffee and listen to some more of these bird sounds. So we'll catch up with yous in a minute. We'll either show you a bit more up the road or we'll be having a coffee, eh? Okay guys, catch up soon. So this is one of the picnic areas just up the road. It's a good spot, there's lots of these all around the place. In within the trees and out in the open as well. And there's a fire pit. Always use the fire pits provided, guys. So this is just one of the areas where you can camp. There's lots and lots of them up here. Loads of them. And they're not all in the trees. Some of them are right out in the open. Just beware that it can be very, very windy up here. That was just showing a bit of the wood that you can get around the area. And that there are many, many fireplaces and tables everywhere. Thanks, guys. We're going to go and find a place for a coffee after we have a look at these beautiful hills that surround the area. Yeah, I didn't get very far up the road, guys, and this is the boat ramp. So it's like 50 metres up from where those picnic tables were. And absolutely amazing. Beautiful spot. There's certain boats or jet skis you're not allowed up here, so just read the rules before you come on up. Beautiful. Absolutely stunning. It's about 20 to 9 midwinter, July. So not the brightest of days. Ooh, I just got a breeze, cold breeze. If it rains, we're definitely going to get some snow. So we're just going to cruise around and just wait to see if it snows in the next hour or 2. But we're loving it. Absolutely amazing. Yeah, as I say, we're just going to cruise around, try and find some snow. So it's cold enough, that's for sure. It's freezing. I'm just going to go and jump and grab my other jacket, maybe just go up the road, find another picnic table, and then I'll start a coffee. So guys, if it rains, it'll snow because it's freezing at the moment. Both me and Lily we're feeling it. I had to put on my other jacket. I'm going to chuck on my scarf, my Lily made scarf, and my beanie, and I'm going to everything I can find. And I'm going to make a coffee. Are you ready for a coffee? Yeah. So Lily's just about ready for coffee, so we're going to find another picnic table up here somewhere and we're going to have a coffee, guys. What a spot, eh? What an amazing spot. Ooh, she's chilly, guys. Ooh. Yeah, so I'm just looking around for a spot that we can have a coffee. Somewhere that we can boil up. I think this spot up here looks good. It's by the sea, but by the lake, but there's wind protection, just a little bit. So that's what we'll go. So we're gonna, wherever you go, I recommend if you take a cooker and that with you, and you can make a coffee wherever you are. Just saves making paying for that expensive coffee. Oh yeah. Oh, there's a teepee. There's a little teepee over there. Like a yurt. Yeah, this looks like us. This is nice and non-muddy as well. So we found the spot down here. I saw on YouTube, I saw a guy down by the water and he was in a cool little spot. and I think I've just found it, so we might as well go down there and have a seat. There's a few people up here in their motorhomes. For some reason, they all flock together. Like, if it was me, I'd be parked on the other side of the thing, so I couldn't see anyone, but they're all flocked together. And see that fire spot? So designated fire spots, only use the designated fire spots, or if you bring your own fire pit, just be near one of the fire spots so that, you know, you don't get told off or anything. But yep, we're going to make a little coffee right here on this table. Okay. So let's set up for that coffee, eh? Got my beanie on, that's a start. So the good old gas cooker. Great to have one of these. Make sure you got one of these, and then you can just cook up a pot of noodles or boil some water for a coffee or whatever, whenever you like. Coffee time. We just have everything packed up. One of these. Got coffee, got everything you need. So yeah, so we brought the setup. We bought the jug, whistle jug, got the cooker, got the gas, but Lily's also prepared us a thermos, so we're just going to use the thermos first, and we'll chuck the pot on if we need to, or we can fill up the thermos. So yeah, check this out though. Check this out. Absolutely amazing. Snow-capped mountains. Fucking amazing, guys. Look at that. So that's looking up kind of north direction, northwestish. If you keep going up over all these hills and everything over that way, you're at the back of Queenstown area. Southern Alps, you're going to get nothing else but Southern Alps that way. So yeah, I'm just going to put this coffee. So we just have an Avalanche packet coffee when we're away. It's nice and easy. You know, just get one of these things, chuck it in the cup, hot, but not hot enough for a coffee. So yeah, I'm just going to use the thermos, and I'll boil that up so it won't take as long. Good idea bringing a thermos anyway, even if we've got a cooker, because heating that water up, even though it's pretty hot, I want it nice and toasty. So these things are pretty simple to run. They just use gas canisters like this, and they've just got a little cutout in them that goes into the cooker. Push that down, and she's all go. Easy as that. All right, guys, let's have another look at the surroundings, eh? Wow, it's beautiful. It's cold, but it's beautiful. Got me beanie on. With the old nose because of the nose runner. Let's go down. While that's boiling away, let's get a bit of more water, eh? Not many skimmer stones. Oh, I was thinking about doing a midwinter swim in here, but it's absolutely freezing. If I swim in here, I'll be frozen. I mean, that's the whole point anyway, I guess, but no, not today, maybe tomorrow. Almost. Not far to go. It was a bit of a bad pour, but I wanted to mix it all up without stirring it. Cheers, guys. Oh, that's good. That's so good. It's beautiful. I better go and close the back of the car up because Lily's going to get cold otherwise. We're going to go back to town now and stay the night there. We've got a Parklands Motels again. So we're going to stay there. It's only $120 down from $197. So we're going to stay there the night. We weren't going to stay anywhere. We were just going to drive home. But looks like the snow's not coming till tomorrow. So we managed to pick up a cheap place to stay. Cheaper than driving all the way home, coming back again. How do you like the old beanie, guys? Letty crocheted it for me. It's made out of pure wool. It's bloody perfect. I've got a scarf too, but it's a bit hard with the hoodie on the back of this. Got this jacket, big blanket jacket on, so it's a bit hard to put the scarf on. If you're going to travel around New Zealand, remember to bring all of your winter and summer gear with you, because it can be 4 seasons in one day or 4 seasons in an hour. So always bring extreme cold gear. Even in the middle of summer, you can get a freak October, November snowstorm. So you're better off to bring your wet weather gear, your tramping gear, your cold gear, your warm gear. Bring it all with you wherever you go. Especially if you're traveling around like a tourist and you just want to travel around, then you're gonna first thing you should be buying is a beanie and a scarf and some gloves. Chuck those on and then you can just about go anywhere. Guys, well, just about finished my coffee. We're just going to go and have a look at some of the signs in that. We'll show you what the camp rules and everything are. And then we'll get back into it, eh? Hopefully it snows on us while we're doing it. If not, we'll catch the snow tomorrow. I'm just going to finish my coffee and we'll be on our way. Hi guys. So we're right at the top of the upper Mavora Lake, Hikarangi. And I'll show you a few of the signs in that. But I just thought we'd just do a bit of a shot right here at the top. This is kind of the top of the camping area at Mavora Lakes. And you can see the snow-capped mountains around us. Well, hopefully you can. So we'll go for a little bit of a walk over here. There's a walkway track, four-wheel drive track goes up there. Attention four-wheel drive users, you should get a key or at least tell the dock that you're going up there. I think there's a key to a gate or something, and might be parts of the year you can't go. I'm not quite sure about all of that, but if you're in a four-wheel drive and you have to go up there, that's the way you go, I think. And some of it goes around the edges and all sorts of stuff. So you have to be careful if you take a four-wheel drive up there, that's all. And otherwise, check this out. This is the lake. Upper Mavora Lake. Absolutely amazing. So the swing bridge is like at the bottom of this lake, right at the bottom down there. And look, absolutely amazing. No wonder people drive up there. I mean, that's probably why they take the four-wheel drives. Look at that. Imagine being up there by yourselves with no one else around. And the snow in the background up there. I think this looks like there's some rain clouds coming, so it's cold enough to snow. So we might get it, guys. We still might get a bit of snow. Who knows? There's a little bit of a roll and coming in here, a bit of a chill. Oh, she's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So we'll come up and stay up here one day. Looks like some idiots have made a fire down there. Not allowed to make fires unless they're in special areas. So, and they're just going to get the privileges taken away for everyone else. But anyway, quite good information here. If you want to pause and read that, it's quite a good detailed meaning of the treasure of what this place is. So yeah, it's an amazing spot actually. Absolutely amazing spot. So we're just going to go over here and we're going to check out these other signs over here. So if you're walking, Boundary Hut is 4 hours. The Taipo Hut, walkway access past Boundary Hut, is closed between May and October, 7 hours. Attention four-wheel drive users. A four-wheel drive road exists to Boundary Hut. Vehicle access beyond this hut is prohibited. Four-wheel drive access along the lakeshore is not possible when North Mavora Lake is high. Please keep to the track. So at some point you can go beside the lake apparently, but not when it's full of water. Cool. Now you've got toilets everywhere up here. You've got toilets everywhere. And there is a speed limit of 30 kilometers an hour. And that's because there's lots of children running around and all sorts of stuff like that. Plus, who needs to go over 30 k's? You'll just blow up dust most of the time and stuff like that. Now, do you want me to show you one of these toilets? Yeah, I'll show you. So we're just coming over here. So it's just a basic toilet. There's nothing flash about it. Any rubbish that you bring up to Mavora, you take with you. So don't put it in the toilet. It says, vault toilet. Please do not deposit rubbish in this toilet. There you go. As I said, she's pretty basic. She's just a long dropper. She's got everything you need, toilet paper. I mean, it's not the filthiest one I've ever seen. It's probably better than quite a few toilets around, actually. But yeah, it's nice and clean. Smelly because it's a long dropper, which means it's just an open hole going to the ground. But yeah, she's all good. Keep it nice and clean, guys. Right, let's go and check out the sign over here, and that just explains a bit more about what's going on. So another spot like the other one down the bottom there. Camp fees go in here. $10 a night for adults, children up to 5 to 17, $5, infants for free. It's pretty cool, eh? And it's just explaining all the spots around the walking tracks. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different type of walking tracks. Maybe some of them go over the same bit, but there's lots. Mavora Lakes tracks and activities. There's a lot, guys. So this is the two lakes here. This is what it kind of looks like. Have it there. Top and bottom lake. And this is right where we are here. That's self-explanatory. And that swing bridge that we were at before was right here. Heaps of places to camp. And where it says no camping, don't go and camp there. There's so many spots. Why would you have to go there? Just remember, in the summertime, you'll have all sorts of sandflies and stuff here, so bring your sandfly repellent. I haven't had one around me today yet. So these are all the rules and everything, guys. See the fire? Don't put it where there's no fire pit. Make sure you go in a fire pit. Yeah. I think that's about it for us today at Mavora Lakes. Other than that, I hope you've had a great day, as we have. And we're going to enjoy it. Hopefully we'll get some snow. It could be snowing up there at the moment on those hills. If you see those hills up there, it could be snowing up there at the moment. So we're going to wait another 10 minutes, 15 minutes. If it doesn't snow, we'll catch you next time. If it snows, we'll see you in 5 minutes. So this is like maybe 100 meters above us at the moment, and it's snowing. So we're just waiting to see if it's going to come down as low as us. So that's just zoomed in up there. Check that out, guys. It's coming. The snow is coming. Come all this way up here to see the snow, and it's coming, guys. It's on its way. Look, she's popping over. Woohoo! So we got snow. It's just over there. So we're just waiting for it to come where we are. We could drive over there, but then it would probably come here anyway. So we're just waiting a bit longer, and hopefully we'll have snowing. We're up. It's snowing just over there. About 9:40 it is. It's freezing right now, so it's snowing just over there. We're just waiting for it to come over here, over these bits here, over this hill. So we can't see the background anymore. It's only the front we can see. So we're just waiting for it to come over a bit more, and we should have a bit of snow. Might not be a lot, but we should get it. It is coming over there. You can see snow falling. So let's see, let's hope. Fingers crossed, guys.
Pulled off on that gravel lane, past the sign that said no stain. Killed the lights, just stars and crickets talking. Cooler clinking in the dark, tailgate moonshine trailer park. We call this little outlaw spot our walk-in. Covered camping, out here hiding in plain sight, laughing in the half moonlight. Life feels easy where the world can't find us. Coffee cooking on a tiny flame, hat for a pillow, watching daybreak.
So guys, close but no cigar. Look, it's about 50 meters up there, snow. So we're close, but tomorrow we'll definitely get some. Dear oh dear. Hello, Daisies. What you doing? Waiting to be moved, I'd say. There's a few of them there.